My name is Emma Tom. I have a double competence in arts and humanities and psychology and human development. My senior project is a film called Empathy Diaries, and it asks the question, what is empathy? So I interviewed people from various parts of the world, Colombia, Mexico, Argentina, United States, Sweden, because I wanted to better understand a global context of empathy. And I'm really passionate about breaking down the walls that we build between ourselves as humans and getting vulnerable and seeing what happens. So it was a 5-month process. I started interviewing in Connecticut and then Prescott, and then I traveled around for a month in Mexico City, which is where I got to meet people from various parts of the world. And something that I learned was that while we were talking about empathy and there was a camera recording us talking about empathy, it was so much more than just filming the conversation, because it was so much about storytelling and sitting with a person and actually listening to them and looking into their eyes. So I really connected with people during this process. And then it was really fun to get lots of B-roll of people like holding hands and hugging and laughing and crying. So it was a very eye-opening and healing process to just be wrapped up in empathy for 5 months. I held myself to a high technical standard, and there's always room for improvement, but I was really focusing on lighting and having correct camera settings, because I'm such a go, go, go kind of person. I just want to press record and capture everything. So being intentional and that to just slow down in the filmmaking process was really fun and difficult to move from self-portraits to collaborating with people, having interviews with another human and setting it up and figuring out a time pushed me out of my comfort zone. I think it's important for us to ask ourselves, what is empathy? Because we live in, at least in the United States, at least in my experience in Prescott, Arizona, is this very individualistic lifestyle. Like leaving your family to come to college or finding your own career path and straying away from community-based living. And I think asking ourselves about empathy is dipping our toes into the water of opening our hearts to one another and listening to each other and letting other people in, which I think is a very almost rebellious act against a system that wants us to be so individualistic.